I hate gift giving and receiving.
Receiving gifts is so weird. What do you say? Thank you?
This is Coffee Convos with Kail Lowry and Lindsie Chrisley.
I really want you to be in your feels, Kail.
That does not interest me whatsoever.
I feel very attacked by you.
A spirited discussion about motherhood, friendship, family, and life in the public eye.
I'm just not with the fakery anymore.
There's a fakery bakery around here.
Here's Kail and Lindsie.
Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Coffee Convos podcast. How are you?
Kitty Cat Podcast. Imagine we just change the name and it's just Kitty Cat's Podcast.
I mean, that is like our, what do they call it? Like pseudonym.
If you are in a relationship with someone, I wanted to start this episode off with a banger. Okay. If you are in a relationship with someone, obviously we're adults now. This is not immature 20s, teens, whatever. And you go to a party, a dinner, an engagement, a baby shower, just anything. And your partner had relations, sexual, or used to talk to them or whatever, with somebody that is in your presence now. Would you want to know or would you rather not know?
Okay, so I just actually saw a TikTok about this.
Ooh,
I think it
okay.
was Jana Kramer and two other girls, I think.
Okay.
And I think her take on it was he likely knew that she had been with this person, but she didn't want to tell him because they had like a movie role coming up where they would have to be like doing something together, and she had like other relations. So she was conflicted, and then she went to her therapist and was like, what do I do about this? Do I tell him? Do I not tell him? I personally feel like if you are in tune with the person that you're with, you probably already know. I think I would want to know.
I want to know without a doubt. Without any, like, I want to be so in tune with my partner that we've had adult, mature conversations about people that we've been with or, how we've been in the, like, there will never be a time moving forward in my life where I ever deny a time that I cheated on someone, who I cheated with. Like, I'm in a place, and I've been here for a long time, where I have, and as you know, on this podcast, like, I've literally done it. Like, I will say who I've cheated on, when I cheated. I know what behaviors to look for. Like, you cannot bullshit a bullshitter. So any relationship from here to the end of my life, like, literally want to know all the things. And like, that doesn't mean like sitting down and like, okay, let's talk about every person you've been with, every circumstance, every relation. Like, that's not what I mean. Just like, okay, say for example, we're going to go to a mutual friend's party and there may be someone, like, I know that I may have slept with someone there because of the people that are going to this event, right? I'm going to say, there might be people at this event that I have slept with, I know this person, and I might say it, or like, and maybe even ask them, like, do you want to know? And if they say yes, like, I want to tell them. There was a time, and I've talked about it on the podcast, where I threw a gender reveal for somebody, and I didn't know that my boyfriend at the time slept with the person, ongoing sleeping with them, both while we were together and while we were not together. She brought her boyfriend, I'm with him. And the whole time I had no fucking clue. I didn't know if her boyfriend knew. He told me after the fact, and I felt so fucking stupid. Like, at the point that it could have been brought up or conversations could have been had, or I could have been having a conversation with this person and everyone knew, I don't want to look stupid. I'm too old for that. I feel like at this point in my life, I want to be able to say, like, if someone comes up to me, oh, I used to talk to your man. Yeah, I know. In 2009, you talked to my man for 3 years, or y'all were together, or y'all fucked and y'all did. Cool. And what? Like, I want to be able to say, I know. And so what?
It's so interesting that you have that perspective, because I don't want to be around anyone that my man has been with sexually.
No, I wouldn't want to willingly be around them. But like, if we're going somewhere, like we've RSVP'd somewhere where there may be someone that my partner has slept with or I've slept with, do you want to know? Because it's possible that so-and-so might be there. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'll tell you this shady situation that happened to me. I'm not going to tell you the time frame of when it happened because it would give away like who it was.
Everything.
But I was out to dinner with someone, and he had received a text message from a friend, like a lifelong friend. He had known this person since they had been like in 8th grade.
Okay.
This friend texts and says, hey, you and Lindsie come to such and such place. We're like, okay, we don't really have anything else to do. Like, we'll go to this place. We get there, and this guy is with a friend, but a friend that had had sexual relations with who I was with. And they were the only two people that were there. I knew about the sexual relations with this person because we had had conversations just, about life, and it just came up. I wanted to lose my absolute shit because then I felt like completely bamboozled. Number one, why would your friend that you have known since 8th grade put you in that situation? But number two, why would he put somebody that you have voiced to that person that you're in love with? Why would he put me in that situation?
I would agree with you. Both of those scenarios are fucked. No, I'd be so upset.
And then I get there and completely blindsided. And the woman was so blatantly rude to me. Everybody could see it. And not only was she blatantly rude, this woman is in her maybe late 40s, early 50s. And she was hanging out with one of my brother's friends who's in his 20s.
Why? That's weird.
The entire situation was weird. And I just feel like situations like that are so disrespectful.
No, I agree with you. We've talked about this before, but how do you feel about your partner's family still being involved with the ex?
I can only go off of my perspective of things, and mine's kind of skewed because I did not have just typical relationships with my family at all. And so Will's family became my family.
Yeah.
And so now that we are divorced, there was a period of time where we didn't speak. We would attend like events for Jackson jointly, and we were all there, but there wasn't any communication going on. But now that's like so far past. I text with his parents and stuff, and I don't think that that's an issue because we have a child together and they were my family.
Yeah.
Do I think that if Will got in a serious relationship with someone that they would have an issue with those relationships? I do. I will say that if there is a child involved, I think that that kind of like skews my perception.
I agree. No, I totally, like, if there's no kids involved, you need to respect, in my opinion, I know everybody's an adult, so like you can't really dictate who your sister or your mom or your brother or whoever is like gonna be friends with. But at the point that there's no kids involved and you only know this person because of your family member, like, to me, cut that shit off.
I mean, I feel like if we would have not ever had a child together, I feel like we probably would have never spoke again.
I mean, I have exes I didn't have kids with that I have literally never talked to again. And that's like
that's
best case scenario.
Should be the standard. I
agree. It is hard though, because I think back to like high school. I had this boyfriend, John. I like lost my virginity to him. I became best friends with his sister, but we were like, him and I broke up, and like we really didn't talk after that. So it was like I was only with his sister. I don't know it, but I was also in high school. Do you know what I mean? Like it was different, like than when you're an adult and you have, I don't know. That's so weird. Like my family would never talk, even though we have kids together. I don't even think they would talk to like my kids' dads. Like they would not, like that would be weird.
I mean, I will say there have been exes that I was able to maintain like a cordial, I wouldn't call it a relationship. I don't even know what to call it.
Like you would say friendly, but not like remain friends or close. Like you wouldn't call them to go get drinks or dinner or something, but like you're going to be friendly. If you see them out, you might say hi. I think like that's fine. But like,
but never have I ever talked to an ex's parents outside of the relationship, right? Like I'm just thinking of two relationships have I seen or spoken to the two people that I dated over a period of time? Yeah, like I've seen them in passing, or, might be out at a local restaurant or something and they're there and I'm there. And it's just like, hey, and bye, just to be cordial. But never have I ever maintained a relationship with like their family members.
Agreed. It's just weird.
It's so weird. So this week on the bonus episode, we're going to run through Am I the Asshole, which I think is so fun. And then we also have some Would You Rathers. So the first, Am I the Asshole? This person says, my son just turned 8 and his favorite cake is red velvet. I bought one from his favorite bakery. When I went to set it out, my mother-in-law said that she does not like red velvet and replaced it with vanilla that she had ordered. My son was so upset and asked where his cake was. I told my mother-in-law she overstepped and she's no longer invited to his birthdays. Now my husband said I was too harsh. Am I the asshole?
I do think that's a little harsh to say you're not invited at all, but like that is a big line that she crossed. Like, you don't get to decide that. But I think she could have just said, like, if you do that again, you're not coming.
I don't even think that situation in its entirety is appropriate, because I think if the mom got her child the cake that they liked and then something was done with said cake, number one, I'm showing my ass. But there is a compromise there. Like, if the grandma likes whatever vanilla cake and they like red velvet, why can't you just have both?
Truly. I mean, have both, but grandma needs to contribute on her end, the one that she wants, because that's not what the birthday kid wants.
I know. Okay, so I have to ask you, when you're doing kids' birthday parties, are you a cake orderer or are you a cupcake orderer?
Ooh. I always do cake, but I like the cupcakes recently.
I have always done cupcakes because, number one, I feel like it's so much easier. It's more sanitary. Like when you're doing party stuff for kids, it's like one less thing to like not have to cut a cake. I love the idea of the cupcakes. If you do cupcakes, are you getting vanilla and chocolate or just one?
Vanilla and chocolate. We have the twins' second birthday coming up, and that was one of the things that she asked me, like, do you want one cake? Do you want 2 smash cakes, cupcakes, whatever? And I'm not doing like a big party. They're 2 years old. Like, I'm not doing a party. They barely have friends their age. So the cupcakes makes more sense to me.
Okay, but if you're doing smash cakes, which we only did a smash cake on Jackson's first birthday, I think, then yeah, I'm ordering cupcakes. Like, nobody's going to eat off of what he smashed.
You know what? On second thought, let me text her and say we'll just do cupcakes and no smash cakes.
Okay, unfortunately, summer has wound down for the most of us, but if you are anything like me and you're trying to get back into your routine, whether that be going back to workout classes or just recommitting to habits that make you feel good, I do have a question for you. Have you thought about what you're actually cleaning your home with and how that might be affecting how you feel? I know it sounds a little odd to think about, but what you use in your environment really should not be overlooked. It's so easy to miss because there are so many products out there claiming to be clean and natural, but often they still contain ingredients linked to hormone disruption, skin irritation, and even respiratory issues, which is wild. In the US, cleaning brands aren't even required to list every ingredient on their labels, so you could be using something harmful without even knowing it, which is so sad. However, you've heard me talk about Branch Basics. You've heard Kail and Lindsie talk about Branch Basics. They got me to switch, and I am so happy I did. Branch Basics is redefining what it means to be transparent in the cleaning industry. This female-founded brand is on a mission to eliminate toxins from our homes, starting with the products that we use every day. The premium starter kit comes with one powerful concentrate that makes everything. So I'm talking laundry detergent, bathroom cleaner, glass cleaner, even pet wash and produce rinse. It really is like a one-stop shop. One plant and mineral-based formula replaces it all, and it's safe for babies, pets, anybody looking to reduce exposure to harmful chemicals. Definitely recommend giving this a try. If you are ready to kick off your back-to-school reset, head to branchbasics.com to shop the premium starter kit and save 15% off with code COFFEE at branchbasics.com. That's 15% off your new Branch Basics premium starter kit at branchbasics.com with promo code COFFEE. Start fresh this season with products that are safe, simple, and actually work.
It's Kelly Clarkson here to talk all things Wayfair, the best place to buy furniture, decor, and anything else you can think of to create a home you absolutely love. I know when I shop with Wayfair, I find options for every style, whether I'm feeling boho or farmhouse, modern, traditional, French country. I can find exactly what I need for my home and more. No matter your space, style, or budget, shop Wayfair.com to make your home way more you.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Do people do smash cakes outside of like first birthdays?
Yeah.
They do?
Mm-hmm.
Up until what age?
5? I don't know. My kid is smashing one time.
Like, yeah, one time and one time only. I love the idea of cupcakes, and that's a simple solution. If for this situation, that could have just been resolved by not doing a cake and doing multiple flavors of cupcakes.
I literally just texted Kathy and I said, on second thought, can we just do cupcakes for the twins, no smash cakes? Because you're right. And I also think that those big, pretty cakes they go to waste because a lot of the fondant is like not like super good. Mm-hmm. I'd rather have like a good sheet cake from like Acme or Walmart or Sam's Club than I've heard Costco's pretty good. So fuck it.
I mean, they're just not as aesthetically pleasing. And I do think that a lot of people get wrapped up because I was one of those moms that was back in my Pinterest era that I just wanted the cake and like what it looked like for the photos for the birthday party. Mm-hmm. And so I would get wrapped up in that, but I always would buy cupcakes and still have that cake.
Oh, okay. That makes sense to me. That makes sense.
What I mean?
I am struggling. For anyone listening to this podcast episode, I know it's the bonus, but if you guys have any ideas for birthday gift ideas for Lincoln, he's turning 12 and very big into sports, just all sports in general. But like, we've pretty much tapped into every single thing that I could have gotten him, and he has everything that he could ask for. So like, I'm sort of at a loss. I do know that there are World Cup tickets, but they're $1,300 a person. So my thought was if I could do like a World Cup situation for him, like either just me and him, or like, I don't know if that would be a good one, because does he want that for his, like, I don't know, but he already has an Xbox and he has the AirPod, the big ones, and he has a cell phone. Like, what do you get for kids at this age?
It becomes so hard when kids start getting older because the things that they ask for are like gifts that kind of keep giving, right? So it's like the Xbox or the PlayStation 5 or whatever it's called. And then they have the cell phone. So then like that's off the table. I don't know. You and I have talked about this before. We do experiences.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like the World Cup would be a big one. I know he loves Rod Wave, but Rod Wave, I don't even know if he's on tour. I don't think he's on tour right now. So it's like, I could give an experience, but there's nothing like $1,300 per ticket is crazy. That's work.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That is so crazy.
And like he has soccer balls and he has home soccer goals and he has like, I don't know.
Yeah, that's so hard. I don't know. I mean, I am always a big, and I know it removes the surprise element to some degree, but I always ask Jackson, like, hey, can you make me a list of things that like you have your eye on?
True.
You know, and then you can kind of get a better gauge. But I'm kind of at the place now, I'm not going to just be buying shit to be buying shit.
That's my whole thing. I do not, if I'm going to spend $1,300, whether it's on items or like an experience, I am no longer buying shit like junk just to buy it so that you have something to open. I want it to be thoughtful, intentional, practical. Like I want it to be something that is worth the money, because if it's just going to end up in a junk drawer or a closet or under your bed, I don't want to do that. And I can't. It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, the next person says, my fiance and I decided that we don't want kids at our wedding. My sister threw a fit because she assumed her 6-year-old daughter would be the flower girl. When I said no, she told me I was ruining her child's memories. I told her she could come solo or not at all. Now my mom is saying I'm tearing the family apart. Am I the asshole?
No, you're not the asshole. I do think there's a world where there could be a child flower girl and then they go home or go to a hotel with a babysitter after the fact. That's what I did at mine. Flower girl and Isaac at the time. They did their job. They walked down the aisle. It was super cute. They stayed for a minute and then grandma took them back to the hotel. So there is a compromise if you really wanted to do it. But if you don't, that is your decision to not have children at your wedding.
I think it's such a sticky situation when you're dealing specifically with children of the family. I think that's where it gets a little like convoluted for me.
Fair.
I think saying you don't want kids at your wedding, you are entitled to feel that way. When my ex-brother-in-law got married, Jackson and I think somebody else was in the wedding. Maybe it was just Jackson as the ring bearer. And I just had one of my closest friends at the time. She's now passed away, God rest her soul. But she and her boyfriend came and picked Jackson up after the actual wedding. And then there was like no kids that were there. And I do think that that's a good compromise. I don't know how it would feel if I was having a wedding and I had family members that had kids and I was like, they can't come to the actual wedding or be in the wedding.
Like, I just think about all the people in my life that have children that don't have a village. Like, for me, if I'm going to have certain people, I know that they're not going to have help. They're not going to have an option or a babysitter. They don't have the means to funds. So you just really have to look at your like people. But yeah, I think if it's possible, have someone else go back to the hotel room with them after if you want them in just like the flower girl situation. Listen, if you don't want to make changes, then fucking don't. You're not tearing the family apart. And if they feel like you are, that's on them, not on you.
I think that the sister with the 6-year-old daughter went wrong was when she said that she was ruining her child's memories. Like, at the end of the day, it's not about your child's memories in this specific situation because it's about your sister's wedding. So I don't necessarily think that the sister is the asshole, but I could also see where this would create family conflict.
I don't. I literally don't.
Kristen, what's your thoughts?
I just feel like I'm in agreement because it shouldn't be about anybody besides the bride and the groom that day. It doesn't matter. I had a situation like this where I ended up having to allow a minor to be there outside of my brother-in-law, who of course was going to be there. I had to allow another individual because people were having shit fits. And I spent more time wondering what that child was doing and like paying attention to the child than I did like anything else.
And that's fucked up. It shouldn't be like that. Like, you should not have to be worrying about somebody else's child at your wedding. Like, that's not okay.
I agree with y'all. The next person says, my sister constantly asked me to watch her 2 kids. Last weekend, she wanted me to watch them for 6 hours so that she could go out. I told her I would do it, but I needed $60 because I had to cancel plans. She freaked out and said family doesn't charge family. I reminded her that I'm 21, not a built-in nanny. Am I the asshole for charging my sister to babysit? And immediately I'm going to say no.
No, I think that when a person in a family asks for the kids here and there, cool. We don't need to pay. I'll make sure they have what they need. You're going to do your part. You want to hang out with them. But at the point that this is becoming a regular occurring situation, there needs to be a compensation plan.
I feel like, to your point, let's say, for example, Will told his brother, like, I'll watch your 2 kids. Or like, I would like to spend time with your 2 kids. I don't think that there needs to be any money exchanged in a situation like that. But if you are asking somebody to watch your children for a specific something, you would have to pay somebody regardless. So why wouldn't you compensate that person?
Honestly, $60 for 6 hours
for 2 kids?
I mean, that's a steal. I'd be like, okay, no problem. Do you want dinner too?
Yeah, literally.
But also, if you don't like what I'm saying, then go pay somebody else. If family doesn't charge family, okay, well, I'm canceling plans so that you can go out and do what you want to do. What do you mean you can't compensate me $60?
$60 for 6 hours of time. That's $10 an hour. And it's not even $10 an hour, really, because she's going to have to feed those kids within those 6 hours and herself.
People have a lot of audacity, and they really are out here just like expecting and assuming so much. Like, where do you get off assuming these things?
The audacity is fucking crazy.
No,
Okay, the
you are
next
not kidding.
person says, my best friend's bachelorette trip is in Miami. The hotel, flights, and activities add up to over $2,000. I told her I couldn't afford it, but I'd still come to her bridal shower and wedding. She told me that if I skip the trip, I'm out of the wedding party. She uninvited me from the wedding altogether. Everyone is split. Am I the asshole for not going? Absolutely, you are not the asshole for not going. I just ran in to this situation, actually.
I can't understand that. Well, if you don't come, you can't be in the wedding. I don't understand that when life is life. Like, shit comes up all the time. And if you want people to be at these extra events, yes, I know it comes with being in the bridal party, but like, then pay. If you are saying it's this or get out of the wedding, then pay for them. Pay for them to do it.
So I was telling you about the wedding that I was in on last episode.
Yep.
And they did a whole bachelorette at the beach and whatnot. And unfortunately, that bachelorette party fell on a weekend that I had Jackson.
Okay.
I can't justify going to a bachelorette party and giving up time with my child. And the bride totally understood that and was like, that doesn't change my feelings about anything. Like, I understand custody plans are custody plans. Life happens. And I was still in the wedding and there was no issue.
Parents, I'm talking to you, or anyone that takes care of children, getting kids to eat healthy can feel like a daily battle, right? I mean, you're standing there in the kitchen, staring at a plate of broccoli, begging your kid to take one bite while they're giving you that look like you just asked them to eat a sock. Do not even get me started on those so-called healthy kids supplements out there. Half the time, they're either missing key nutrients or they taste bad, so your kid spits them out faster than you can say the word vitamins. Or even worse, you find those gummy vitamins that are basically candy masquerading as health food, loaded with sugar and not much else. It's exhausting, isn't it? Trying to find something that's actually good for them that they'll actually eat without feeling like you're compromising on their nutrition. This is why I am so glad that Kail and Lindsie found Beam Kids all-in-one super powder, because now instead of negotiating over broccoli, you can just mix up a scoop of their chocolate milk and feel like a parenting genius. If you're new here, Beam Kids is 1 scoop a day of 40 plus essential ingredients, including greens, probiotics, prebiotics, fruits, and vitamins to fuel healthy growth, all in 2 amazing flavors kids love: chocolate milk and chocolate chip cookie. Kids everywhere are absolutely obsessed with it. They make it super simple. You combine 1 scoop with 8 ounces of milk, shake, stir, even froth, and you're good to go. Breakfast, lunch, and snack time, Beam Kids truly makes it fit into any routine. Beam Kids is now available online at shopbeam.com/coffee. Because you're a listener to our show, you can take advantage of their limited time pricing of up to 35% off, plus 2 free gifts when you use the code COFFEE at checkout. This is a limited time discount, so you win and your order helps support No Kid Hungry's mission to ensure kids have healthy meals daily. That's shopbeam.com/coffee. And remember, by supporting Beam Kids, you're helping to support No Kid Hungry. Go to shopbeam.com today.
I don't understand why they're like, we're all adults. Why are we acting like we're children that are like, I don't get it. If I have a wedding at any point and somebody can't make first of all, I didn't even have a bachelor party or a bridal shower. So a bachelorette party. No, what the fuck? Like, people don't have the means or the money or whatever. It's like, I still want you a part of my life. I still want you a part of my huge day.
And I feel like, when you're doing these bachelor and bachelorette trips that are costing over $2,000, that's such a heavy spend on top of spending for a shower and also to be in a wedding.
Well, it's just like, that's somebody's mortgage payment. That's someone's mortgage plus car payment. That's somebody's rent. Like, you're asking, and especially in this economy.
Yeah, Kristen said in this economy, that is a wild expectation. And I totally agree with that. Actually, I was supposed to go to a wedding in a couple of weeks, and the wedding location changed multiple times over a short period of time. So at first it was going to be Florida, and I was like, okay, I can probably swing that because Will has Jackson for fall break. So it's going to fall during the fall break time. So I wouldn't have him anyway. It's a 6-hour drive. Like, I don't have to do flights and whatever. And I can turn it into like a mini vacation for myself too. So what do they call it? 2 birds, 1 stone.
2 birds, 1 stone.
Like, I could get that. But then when the wedding location changed to Mexico and they also moved the date up from like one part of the year to, I think we got a wedding invitation and there were only 3 months to really prepare for this. And you're talking about going to a nice resort that when I did the cost between the flights and the resort, it would have cost me close to $5,000. And I'm just like, I can't justify that spend.
No.
And I don't feel bad about it.
I don't feel bad about when it comes to stuff like that. I've never really felt bad. It's like, I can offer you this, but it's like years and years and years ago when I said about like the birthday trip to Maryland, for me, it was a day trip. I can't justify the spend for a full week there when this is a day trip for me. My solution is I'll come for the day, right? Like it's the same thing, same for a wedding, and I went to a destination wedding a couple years ago.
I remember when you did that.
And I left within 24 hours because the heat, everything, I was like, I can't justify this. Like I'm going home. I would be very select too. Like now it's like, my mindset has shifted a little bit. Mm-hmm. If it was you or Kristen or Sterling that got me, like I would justify somehow, some way I'm going to be there no matter how much it costs. But if it's somebody that I'm just friendly with, or I'm like sort of friends with, I can't justify it.
It's just like when you're asking people to spend that kind of money for your wedding, that to me just sounds really crazy, specifically with the economy the way that it is. Like I didn't start budgeting for that. There wasn't enough time to budget for $5,000 in 3 months time. And I mean, we're not talking, that's like $5,000 to spend, roughly $5,000 to spend for like 4 days. Like think about that.
It's not happening that would be better spent in a savings account where I can add to it and put it on a down payment for a rental property, or put it on a down payment for Elliot's car because think about it, he's going to be driving in the next 6 months. So go to a wedding or put that money down on my son's car. Do you know what I mean?
I think that you get to a point when you grow up and you're our age that you start thinking about like how I could use that money in another way. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. And I made the executive decision that I just don't have that in my budget to do that right now. And outside of that, I have work projects that I need to get done. And so I'm going to use that time that I wouldn't have Jackson anyway to fly into Philly and come to Delaware.
Agreed. I can't wait for you to come to Delaware. I got to take you out to see these farm animals. We're going to have a ball. We're going to have a ball.
Okay, so the next person said, I accidentally created a group chat with all of my girlfriends except one. It was not on purpose. I just forgot. She found out when she saw screenshots from the chat. So she blew up saying, I don't consider her a real friend. I apologize, but she keeps bringing it up. Am I the asshole for thinking that she's overreacting? I don't know. I'm like torn on this one.
Yeah, I would feel some kind of way about it.
I feel like you and I both would feel some type of way about it.
If also, they're that good of your friend, how do you forget?
I'm going to say she's the asshole.
I'm going to say she's the asshole because you cannot tell someone how it makes them feel. And certain people, that is something that would be like really, I would be upset if I'm thinking about the groups of friends that I have. And I would be upset if, I don't know, me, you, not even me and you, because we don't have I'm trying to think. So Emily had a group chat with some of the book club girlies, Elisa, Nicole, and Brenda. They had a group chat without me. I was butthurt. I felt so butthurt because I'm like, okay, obviously they're going to talk about a little bit more than just books. Like that's cool. But so when Emily told me that she had a group chat with them, I was like, can you add me to that? And that was for different reasons, because she was like, I didn't know if you wanted them to have your phone number. Like she was being more respectful than anything. But I was like, no, I love them. They can have my phone number. So I'm fine to be in a group. So that's, and if they have another group chat, I don't care. It's whatever. But I'm trying to think, well, at one point years ago, it was like me, Quay, Bone, Sterling, like they all had a group chat without me. That was upsetting. No, I was so upset. Well, one, they only knew each other because of me. So then I was like really upset, but we were also really young. That was like 10 years ago.
Could you imagine how you would feel if, let's say, me, Kristen, Becky, and Alessandra all had a group chat and then you just like weren't in it?
Do y'all have one?
No, I swear to God, we don't.
If you did, I would be like,
fuck you guys.
Are y'all talking about me? You're talking shit. Kristen hates group chats.
I hate group chats. I also hate group chats. The only group chats that I'm like truly an active participant in is the Coffee Combos group chat with me, you, and Kristen in it.
Don't sit here and lie. Do not sit here and lie to these people. You hardly ever respond. You and Kristen
I'm saying that's the only one. If I'm active in any group chat, that is the only one.
Kristen said Slack me all day. Like Killer Network has like Slack channels and stuff. That is not for me because I just don't have it in me. But I have the amount of group chats that I have right now. I could tell you I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm in, besides my kids' sports teams, I have 10 group chats.
Kristen said Kail is a big group chat fan.
I am.
Big fan. Huge.
Huge group chat fan. I like wonder, do you guys watch the videos I send in there?
Yes,
or do you just ignore?
Like, sometimes you just send a video and it's like, okay, I'm sitting out there watching whatever the fucking video is that you send. And I'm like, okay, I don't really need to respond to this because her whole intention was for me to watch it.
Yeah, well, just like acknowledge receipt. What did you say to Will?
Acknowledge receipt.
Acknowledge receipt.
Yeah. You're
for
like,
me
okay.
Specifically. And when I get text messages to any of the work group chats, I check it immediately, see if it's important. And if it's not, I mark it as unread and I never go back. That's my biggest
Why
problem.
do you mark it as unread if it's not important?
Because I intend to go back.
She just never does.
I just don't.
I can't stand notifications. So I have intentions of going back, but I'm not unreading it because I don't want the fucking notification.
Okay, yeah, you let's go through actually our notifications right now. We're just talking calls, like missed calls or voicemails, text messages, and emails. How many do you have?
I don't know because I turn my little icons off to. So emails, if I physically go into my email, I have 13 emails that I will
You and I both have 13 emails.
That's so crazy. And it's between 3 different emails. So these will all probably they're going to get deleted because I don't care.
Do you want to know mine?
Yes.
Okay, on my personal phone, I have 10 missed text messages, 22 missed phone calls, like 290-some thousand emails because every email account is linked to my phone. On my work phone, I have 131 missed calls, 131 unread text messages, and my email is 3,143 for all the accounts up to that.
No, thank you.
That's insane. I have 251 missed calls, 475 unopened text, and 13 emails.
I can't. See, right now that I've checked my email, I now have to delete the 2 junk ones. So those are in junk. And then, I can't, this is not cute for me. So now I have no emails.
Okay, seasons are changing, and I'm going to tell you, your makeup routine also should be. You should not have the same routine in the summer that you do in the winter time for a multitude of reasons, but I have to tell you my latest obsession, which would be the Jones Road Beauty Miracle Balm. I'm telling you to run and check this out. It is so good. This product will naturally enhance your skin instead of masking it with layers of makeup that a lot of times you can see, people can see, and it's just not a great look. It gives you that effortless, natural look that you truly were looking for, and it replaces so many steps in your routine. You can use this as a highlighter, a bronzer, blush, lip tint. It is the ultimate no fuss multitasker. So those of you who are short on time and don't have too much time to deal with a full makeup routine, this is the product for you. You do not need to use any brushes. Again, it's not a complicated routine. You can really use your fingers and go. I personally am frequently doing my makeup before meetings in a big hurry, and this has been a game changer for me. The best part of Jones Road Beauty, all of their products are actually good for your skin. Every formula is packed with skin-loving ingredients, so it nourishes your skin instead of clogging and caking like some other brands do. All Jones Road formulas are clean and high-performing. There's no phthalates, sulfates, petroleum, PEGs, cyclic silicones, EDTA, or BPA, because truly clean beauty should be a no-brainer. Modern-day makeup that's clean, strategic, and multifunctional for effortless routines. For a limited time, our listeners are getting a free cool gloss on their first purchase when they use code COFFEE at checkout. Just head to jonesroadbeauty.com and use code COFFEE at checkout. After you purchase, they will ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them that our show sent you.
Okay, moving on from that, we're going to do a couple of would you rathers.
Okay.
Actually, we're going to do a lot of would you rathers. Would you rather have your toddler throw a tantrum in Target or have your teenager roast you on TikTok? Teenager roast me on TikTok.
Both of those things happen to me on a weekly basis. And I would rather Elliot roast me on TikTok every single day
than a toddler having a tantrum in a Target.
When Creed, specifically, he is my spicy one. When he throws tantrums, there's just something about the whine cry that he does. And it's not a real cry. It's more of like a whine cry. Is so irritating.
It grinds your gears.
Yeah. Like I could be having the best day ever. I hear it one time and I'm like, that just set me off. Like I am now in a bad mood for the rest of the day. And Creed is such a good kid when he's happy and thriving and having the best time. He is such a good fucking kid.
Mm-hmm.
So I would rather Elliot roast me for the rest of my life.
Okay, I'm going to stick with my first answer. Have my teenager roast me, the teenager that I don't have, but roast me on TikTok.
Yep.
Would you rather your ex new girlfriend follow you on Instagram or your current partner's ex show up at your family cookout?
Ooh, read that again.
Would you rather have your ex's new girlfriend follow you on Instagram or your current partner's ex show up at your family cookout? This one's easy for me.
I would rather my ex's new girlfriend follow me on social media, which has happened and does happen and did happen.
I also would rather that.
At the point that the ex shows up at a barbecue.
That's crazy.
No, because at that point, I'm going to jail simply for the fact that one, your family, somebody invited her here. So now I got beef with everybody until you tell me who did it. Or two, you're fucking her and she's crazy enough to show up and didn't realize you were in a relationship. So I'm probably going to jail for fucking you up. I'm going to fuck her up for the audacity. So literally.
I look at this where it's just like a very clear-cut answer for me. If my ex's new girlfriend follows me on Instagram, that means that you're bothered. So like stay bothered because I don't care who follows me on Instagram.
No, truly.
My current partner's ex showing up at a family fucking barbecue? Absolutely not. No. Would you rather get called out in a Reddit thread or roasted on Coffee Combos by your co-host? Roasted on Coffee Combos by my co-host.
Reddit is the scariest place on earth. So I want to be roasted on Coffee Combos podcast. Also, the theories and conspiracies on Reddit are so dangerous that I literally want no involvement of anything with Reddit. And I hate Reddit and I won't go on there. So I would rather be roasted on any podcast and actually roast me on the podcast. Actually, the people who are speaking about me on Reddit, honestly, come on this podcast and just say it to my face.
That's what I've never really understood. So when I first found out about what Reddit even was, because the longest time I didn't even know. I thought it was the deep dark web. I thought it was a thing that you weren't supposed to be on.
Yep.
And then I was like, oh, it has an app. And so I get this app and you start seeing stuff about yourself on there. And it's that is one of the most toxic things ever. I will never forget when we had Chelsea on the podcast when we were in New York. She was talking about Reddit and how it impacted her mental health so bad that she just like deleted it and never looked at it again. I've never related to that more than now.
I won't even look at Reddit. Like if I Google
Same.
something, because people will tell me rumors about myself and I'll Google it to be like, what is this a thing? Like this is something that's going around. Any link that shows up that's Reddit, I don't even bother to look at it because you cannot, like, the sleuths that are on Reddit, yes, there is a lot of good information on there. There's a lot of, like, I think that there's probably good stuff being done on Reddit, but it gets clouded by all the bad stuff. Like, I'm not even clicking on it because at the point that they're so invested in the conspiracy or like the theories that they come up with that are wrong, you know you can't convince people like that to change their mind. So I won't even touch.
Those people are always going to believe whatever they have convinced themselves is true, right? So there is just no talking those people out of it. It's just like, believe whatever you want to believe. Some of this stuff is so far-fetched though. And like, that's what scares me, that like people's minds can like go to a place to where they have made up like this whole theory on somebody's life.
Yeah. It's literally happened to me and I'm sure it's happened to you. So.
Oh, goodness. Would you rather have your entire Google history leaked or have to swap phones with your co-host? Swap phones with you.
Either one is fine. I don't have anything to hide. I think you'd get a kick out of like my phone and like how I like who texts me and what we talk about. That would be funny. And then we could talk about it on an episode. Or if you went through my Google, there's not a whole lot of Google. Like I Google like weird stuff. Like I think
Same.
I Googled Kail Lowry and her dad. I Googled World Cup. The wonderful Dolphins jersey, Lulu. Like there's nothing in here that I couldn't explain. You know what I mean?
Okay. So last night, there's a lot that I couldn't explain on here. Like, I mean, it's really like mostly true crime stuff that is in there.
Yeah.
Or like if I'm looking, like for example, I looked at the car wash to see what time it closed. Or, oh, well, this one's interesting. Sunday, do your nipples hurt during ovulation?
Sometimes, yes.
Would you rather find your partner's Venmo history with mystery emojis or their Spotify recently played full of breakup songs?
Venmo.
Okay, I will tell you, one time I had a girlfriend tell me the best way to find out information about somebody is to look at their Venmo, who they're friends with on Venmo, and the transactions that are on there. And I will tell you, I recently went, I'm not going to say whose Venmo, but I recently went and looked at someone's Venmo that I had never looked at before and saw all of the people that they were following. And I went down the entire list and clicked on them and then looked at those people specifically that I had question about on Facebook or tried to find them on Instagram. And also I found it to be very weird that I was told a certain something about one person and there were Venmo transactions with that person with mystery emojis.
See, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. The thing that sucks about Venmo is you can lock it so that it's private for only you and that person.
I would rather find their Spotify recently played full of breakup songs because we probably did break up if I was finding that. So I would rather that. I felt so traumatized truly when I went on to look at the Venmo history and I saw that. It's almost like you go down like a complete spinning cycle. Would you rather your screenshot accidentally get sent back to the person that you were talking about or your Instagram story meant for close friends go public?
My close friends go public.
Same.
Because that happened to me one time in like 2014 or something, and I never want to go back to that place.
Why? Because you just like felt so dysregulated?
Yes.
When it happened?
And I hate when I'm wrong.
You hate when you're wrong?
Yeah.
No shit. No shit, Kail. Would you rather get cheated on with someone uglier than you or hotter than you? uglier than me for sure.
See, here's the thing. When you get cheated on by someone who sleeps with someone that's uglier than you, it has nothing to do with you. And it maybe doesn't have anything to do with you if they're pretty too, but I feel like every girl is like, well, if you're going to cheat on me, at least cheat on someone with, cheat on me with someone better than me. And it's like, but you really don't want that. You really don't want them to cheat on someone that's better than you, because you're going to probably yeet yourself out the second story window. Like, I have said that. I'm guilty of saying that in the past, but like, no, cheat on someone with someone uglier than me and like just like less of a human in general, like just a shitty person, because then I know it has nothing to do with me, and two, that's what you think you deserve, so go be with that type of person. Because that's how it always is. Like, I will never not say what my therapist told me, which is like 2s go with 2s, 3s go with 3s, 5 go with 5. Like, I want to see what you think of yourself so I know where to gauge like your ranking, because that matters. Like, I'll say it for anyone who hasn't heard this before, or maybe, you want to just remind yourself, is like, if you're a 10, if you're a 9, 8, any of those numbers, and you are with somebody who's a 2 or a 3, and the goal is to bring that 2 or 3 up, that's fine, but you're going to lower yourself down to raise them up. So yes, you're raising them up to a 6, to a 7, but you've now gone from 9 to a 7 your damn self. Now, if you're with somebody who, you're with your match, there's no pulling them down to your level or you raising up. So you ultimately end up with yourself. You're going to cheat with someone that is more on your level.
Coffee Convos podcast is sponsored by BetterHelp. I have a question for all of you. Who do you go to in order to solve life's problems? If it's the group chat, is it maybe oversharing with strangers, or the tale as old as time, going to your hairstylist and treating them as your therapist? We've all been there. However, there is a huge difference between that and talking with a licensed therapist. I have been with my clinical therapist for several years now, and I truly do not know where I would be without her. I'm so grateful for Kail kickstarting me into my journey, and just Kail and Lindsie being so open about their own therapy journeys. And there is just a huge difference between going and seeing someone licensed that's a clinical therapist that is trained to help you and give you the tools that you need, and just chatting it up with your group chat. You are interested in starting your therapy journey, I cannot recommend BetterHelp enough. BetterHelp has been helping people find their match for over 10 years and have a 4.9 rating out of 1.7 million client session reviews, which is fantastic. BetterHelp has quality therapists that work according to a strict code of conduct and are fully licensed in the US. They also do the initial matching work for you so you can focus on your therapy goals. A short questionnaire helps you identify your needs and preferences, and their 10 plus years of experience and industry-leading match fulfillment rate means that they typically get it right the first time. But if you aren't happy with your match, which sometimes that happens, you could switch to a different therapist at any time from their tailored recommendations. BetterHelp makes it so easy to fit into your schedule. It's fully online, and you can pause your subscription whenever you need to and switch therapists anytime at no extra cost. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Find the one with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/coffee. That's betterhelp.com/coffee.
I do believe that to be true. I thought that was so interesting when you first told me about that, because I had never thought of it in that way.
Same.
One time someone attempted to cheat on me.
Attempted.
But they didn't successfully do it.
Okay.
But okay, so here's a little story time. So this person had been like Instagram messaging this girl.
Okay.
And they had met this person at a place that we were as a couple. And then the girl starts messaging him. He's messaging back and forth. They're talking about activities and, like all of these things, like things that they like to do and whatever. Like, it truly felt like I'm trying to get to know this person because I might cheat. Right? I'm crying. I'm like, I need some space. I don't know how to react to this. Like, I never saw this coming from you. Understand that, like, you didn't cheat, but somewhat emotionally, like, in these messages, you are.
And like, at the point that it's inappropriate, like, it's still some level of betrayal.
Yeah, and truly for me, that almost hurt worse than if he would have physically done something, maybe in a drunken state, right? Like that, the emotional part for me was what got me. So I try to repair this situation, and I'm like, you know what? He didn't actually physically, cheat. He explained the situation. I kind of understand it, was trying to be nice to the person, blah, blah, blah. Tell me why, when we actually broke up, that this person was hanging out with this girl in friend groups, like not solo, but hanging out with this girl in friend groups and riding around in her fucking minivan.
See, but it's always the ones that are like, don't worry about her. Like, I would never, I don't like her. That's not my type. And then it's always the ones that they tell you not to worry about.
I know. And it's like, have you ever been in a situation where someone has cheated on you and you look at the person and I don't want to be like judging the other person, right? Like that's not what it's about. But inevitably you do look at the other person and you're like, okay, there are actually zero similarities between me and that other person. Like personality wise, completely different. Looks wise, completely different. People that don't truly have some type of type scare me.
I don't have a type.
But that scares me.
And it should. No, and I'm speaking from like old Kail, like toxic Kail. Today, I have no business cheating. I got too much shit going on. I'm not cheating. But in the time that I was a cheater and doing shady shit, is like, I didn't really have a type. It was just medium ugly. And usually it's the ones that I thought that other girls didn't want. So you would think that they like
were safe.
Yeah. And then, I would always, I just had a horrible picker. But no, I mean, I could see, because you just don't know who are you looking out for. Like if they don't have a type, who are you looking out for? Yeah. No, I could understand that.
Someone who would date me would absolutely know if they had a reason to look out for something, they would know exactly what they were looking for. Okay, would you rather show up in the background of your ex's engagement photos or be in the background of your enemy's viral TikTok?
Oh, wow. Neither, because that's never going to be.
Neither of those situations are never going to play out well.
I'm going to go with the TikTok.
I'm going to go with the background of my ex's engagement photos. Like, that's not really my problem because it's not my engagement. Because the other one is definitely my problem.
Oh, man. Neither one is a good scenario.
Okay, would you rather have to get matching tattoos with your kids' fathers or have them pick your next partner?
Get matching tattoos. And did. I have a matching tattoo with one of my ex. He covered his, which is fine. Tattoos. You're not picking my next partner, because if they're anything like you, I left for a reason.
You have multiple exes that would pick themselves.
Truly.
Right? Next one, would you rather have to explain to your kids' teachers that you accidentally packed them a White Claw in their lunchbox or why your mugshot was leaked on the internet? I would rather explain the White Claw.
I would rather explain the White Claw. I would rather explain the White Claw because I feel like that is just like my story of like being at Wawa and like waiting for Lincoln when he was at school the whole time, is like, that was such a brain fart. And I feel like that's so much, like, I don't want a mugshot at all. So.
And on that note, we have foul play.
Okay. Am I the asshole? Okay, foul play. Hey, ladies, listening since day one. This summer, my hubby and I got invited to go golfing with another couple. We rarely get out, and this was our first time golfing. So I was excited, and since I don't get out much as a mom, I ordered a cooler of High Noons. So by hole 15 or so, I had to pee so bad. I knew we had passed an outside bathroom thing, so we took the cart back. I was seriously in pain from how bad I had to pee. To my disappointment, the women's door was locked. Although I knocked and no one was in there, it was just locked. The men's door was unlocked, so I went in. It was so nasty in there. It was an outside bathroom, hot, no ventilation. The toilet was filled to the brim with shit, and it smelled so awful. Under normal circumstances, I would have never used this restroom and just held it, but I could not hold it. So I decided to pee on top of all of the gross men's diarrhea. I just piss on the cement instead, as far away from that toilet as possible.
She said, and I mentioned I was wearing a cute one-piece jumper outfit, so I had to take the whole thing off, including my underwear, and hold my clothes in my hand. I had to squat butt-ass naked with nothing but my socks and tennis shoes and piss all over the floor. Well, I didn't have to, but I was about to sit on that shitty toilet and risk poop getting backsplashed on me. It was quite a sight. I was laughing, thinking how insane I looked. When you think of golfers, you probably don't think of how I looked in the outside bathroom. Love you, ladies. Okay, number one.
She did the right thing. What else was she supposed to do?
Number one, this is literally why I will never wear a romper like out and about anymore. Like if I'm going to a dinner or something like that, I might wear a romper to a dinner. But for reasons like this, I will not. Like if you think I'm going out with my friends on a Friday night and I'm wearing a romper, absolutely not.
Everything is all fun and games until you're naked in a stall trying to go to the bathroom when you're wearing a romper.
1000%. Also, I am more likely, I don't shit myself, but I am more likely to pee myself. And I was going to a cabin last weekend and we were in the middle of nowhere and I had to pee. So I was like, I am going to pee myself. Like I'm going to pee myself. Like, and I'm trying to do that thing where it's like, okay, don't think about peeing. Don't think about peeing. Like you've got this. No, I should not have done that because I did pee myself a little bit in my pants. And I also made him pull his truck over on the side of the road and I just squat.
Yeah. Just sit on the runner board thing. Just sit on that.
Wait, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. If you have a vehicle that has like the runner board thing on the side, it's so much easier to get your pee where you want it to go when you're sitting on that than when you're squatting. It's a free for all. It might run down your leg. It might go out forward. Like you just never know. So if you sit there like it's a toilet, it'll aim better. You know what I mean?
Why do I feel like you've told me this before and I didn't do it?
And you're acting like this is the first time you've heard it. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I don't either. But you know what? I don't know if it's like growing up in the South or growing up in the sticks, but my grandparents always used to pull like their little Cadillac over to the side of the road, let us get out. Nanny would check our buttholes for like chiggers and stuff. And I learned how to be a professional squatter. So I never have to sit on a toilet. And I think that is such a hidden talent that
it must be amazing to be God's favorite because anytime I've tried to squat to pee, it runs down my leg. So, and if I have pants on, obviously I can only pull them forward, but it's going to get on my actual pant leg. So I've never been able to actually successfully squat.
People's pee, I do think it's harder for like some people because some people's pee is not like a straight line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Men sometimes have that problem, like where it'll come out of like it shoots out like in a line. So it goes in two different. So like I've heard sometimes men sit on the toilet in the middle of the night because they don't know how they're going to aim and make it in the toilet without turning the lights on. So they just sit in the dark.
Okay. So are you the type of person that you're going to wait until the very last minute to get up? Like you're only getting up to pee if you're about to pee yourself. Like, are you holding it or getting up?
In the night?
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm getting up to go pee.
No, I'm holding it.
Because I do not want to be uncomfortable.
No, I'm holding it. I don't care how uncomfortable that I become. I'm not getting up. That's number one. Number two, if I do get up, the light's going on because there are a couple things that I'm deathly afraid of. The dark is one of them and snakes is the other.
Oh, snakes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
And on that note, that's all we have time for today. Thank you for always supporting our show. Please subscribe and review on the Apple Podcast app, follow and rate on Spotify, or listen wherever you get your pods. For our latest merch, visit coffeeconvospodcast.com to shop. Full video episodes are available on Kail's Patreon at patreon.com/Kail Lowry. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and join our Facebook group to connect with us and our community. We hope that you guys have a great week and we'll talk to you soon.
See ya.
Is this thing on? I'm Caitlin Bristow, host of Off the Vine podcast, where I get real. well, maybe a little too real sometimes, with my friends and celeb guests from Bachelor franchise and beyond. I'm talking guests like Jonathan Van Ness, Nikki Glazer, Wells Adams, Elise Myers,
just like in this like business jacket, like I would love some tacos.
Heidi D'Amelio, Big Brother's Taylor Hale.
I have to bring it up because it happened and we're going to get through it.
What'd I do?
And so many more. So come hang out with us, hear ridiculous confessions, and get a little vulnerable because you know what? We're all just floating on this weird little planet together. Follow, rate, and review Off the Vine podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts.